Well, here we go. Heading off to do some fishing. It's Sunday.
Cause we like to hunt, fish, play out in the mud. That's the way we do round here. So now you know what's up.
Off to a little bit of a late start here. Girlfriend didn't go into work today. She's sick. So, yeah, didn't really want to get up and get out of bed. So what we're going to do is we're going to go fish here in a little local pond, Converse Park North. I don't have a lot of good things to say about the place. Back when I started fishing again, maybe 4 or 5 months ago, back in the early part of summer, yeah, we went out there, we fished off the bank once, maybe twice, and didn't really catch anything. Then I got a little john boat, and we went out there fishing in the john boat, and still never caught anything. So I don't know how good we're gonna do, but you know, hell, a day's fishing is better than a day at work. So we're headed out. I'm gonna go ahead and do my driving thing, and I'll catch up with y'all in a minute. Okay, well, we're here, and you know, pretty good looking little lake. Kind of looks like it ought to hold some good fish. I belong to San Antonio Fishing Forum. It's just an online forum, a bunch of San Antonio people. Really cool crowd. If you get a chance, go look them up. A lot of interesting tidbits and facts, but I found out about this place on there. It looks like it ought to hold some really nice fish. Got a lot of brush out here in the center, sticking up. Over here on this side, right about where that guy's at with the white sleeves, there's some lily pads. There's a guy on this particular forum I'm speaking of, San Antonio Fishing Forum, that claims to catch some 5-6 pound bass out of here almost every time he comes. Like I said, I've been here a handful of times and never caught a single thing. I've been here fishing from the bank, and I've been here fishing out of my little john boat and never caught anything. But that was summertime when the bass weren't moving around too much. So we're gonna see how things go this round, see if we do any better. Give me a few minutes to get everything set up, and we'll see about getting this camera rolling and do some fishing and see what happens. Alright, so here we go. I got everything set up. I don't know how good this is gonna work. I don't know if I explained my technique for filming here, but it's just basically a cell phone sitting up on a selfie stick, and it's kind of funny looking right now. I got it leaned up against my tackle box recording, so I don't know if you'll be able to see me or whatever, even be able to hear me very good, but we're going to give it a try. Starting the morning off using topwater bait, so we'll see what happens. Alright, here we go. That makes like 4 or 5 casts. Nothing yet. I didn't figure they would catch anything, but you know, always got to give it a try. As soon as you get right here, you think I'm done, and then I right there. So yeah, we went out fishing yesterday. Went to Medina River. It wasn't the original plan. I needed to go put some new switches in the dash of my boat, a couple other things like that, and got up there. And I keep my boat at my parents' house. Got up there and they weren't there. Garage was all locked up, so I had no tools or anything like that. So we just grabbed fishing rods, tackle box, stuff like that out of the boat, and took off so that way we could go and try to drown a couple of baits in the Medina River. Gotta say it was pretty cool because the water was crystal clear. You could cast out 20, 30 feet and watch your bait travel through the water and watch like the perch and catfish, carp, stuff like that. Kind of just follow it all along. And kind of neat to see the reaction of fish and how they react around stuff with the water being as clear as it was. We saw a couple of little bass, 6, 7, 8, 9 inch long, but nothing worth getting excited about, nothing worth anything like that. We didn't catch anything, but I kind of didn't really expect to. It was just something to do. So I really wanted to get over here and go fishing around over here where the lily pads and stuff are. I wanted to run a wacky rig around in there and see how that does. But there's a guy actually sitting there in a chair, camped out, fishing, and I just didn't want to get in the middle of his mojo and do some filming and be talking and all that kind of stuff. So came over here to the other side and where there's nobody at, and just decided to sit around over here and do a little bit of fishing and talking to this camera. I don't know if it's a turtle or what, but you guys probably can't see it, but about 6 feet over from where I'm fishing at, where my bait's actually sitting in the water, I got something busting water. We can make some noise with the top water and get it attracted if it's bass. Something worth catching. I gotta say, fishing topwater is really not my forte. Actually, there's a lot of different methods of fishing that really ain't my forte, because either A, I don't have very much experience with it, or B, I don't have the patience. A lot of it has to do with patience. And yeah, I really don't have the patience for it. I'd much rather toss a spinnerbait, slow roll it in, toss a crankbait, slow roll it in, something like that. I just don't really have the patience for this. I guess you would call it method fishing. But I'm trying to become a better fisherman, so we're playing with this a little bit, seeing if it's gonna, you know how that old story goes. I've never caught a fish on top water. Everybody says it's an awesome thing to do. Awesome to see that bass blow up on a good top water. But like I said, never really done it too much. So we're gonna give it a shot here and see how it works. Alright, get back up here right quick, get a good cast going. One of the things that's always amazed me about this little lake is, like I said, I've never caught anything here, but I used to come out here and get out here at daylight when I had the John boat, get out on the water. And the boat is full of bait, the boat, sorry. The lake is full of bait fish. I mean, you get out here early in the morning and that's all you see is bait fish feeding, which, from what I know about fishing, if there's bait fish feeding, everything else is feeding. But like I said, it's a really promising looking little lake. I don't think it's very deep. Never had depth finder on it or anything like that to kind of figure out how deep the pockets are, this, that, and the other. But the other end, the far end, directly across from where I'm at, I do know is shallow. I spent about an hour in there one day, stuck in the wind. Got stuck in the wind and got pushed up in there, and there's a tremendous amount of hydrilla or weeds or something back in there. And I got stuck in there. Ended up having to paddle out, trolling motor. Just all it would do is pick up weeds. But you know, it's weird, man. I see these guys in the kayaks and stuff like that come in here and talk to them, and they've caught 3, 4, 5 bass, and I ain't caught nothing. So I don't know. It's definitely rains on your parade when you don't catch anything and you come to a place numerous times. Oh, there's some guys heading out right now, right in the middle of the lily pads. They're leaving the bank in a, looks like a kayak, I guess. Might be a John boat. I can see a trolling motor on the back of it. Worked on my reel for about an hour last night. Took it all apart, greased up all the gears, oiled up all the bearings. Still not casting good. It's an older Abu Garcia Black Max, and when I say older, it's probably late 80s, early 90s, I guess. I don't know, I really haven't looked into when Abu made Black Maxes. And it's still not, doesn't feel like it's casting right. I don't have very much distance with it. I think it's about time to pick up something new. Hell, little fish just popped water right out in front of me. That distance. sit there for a second and see if we can get some pop on it. Alright, so we're back in business here. I got something else tied on. I went ahead and tied on a spinnerbait. I got a white big spinnerbait going on here. Figured with that I can try to get some distance out here, get away from this bank a little bit, and maybe pick something up. Trimmed up my skirt. Well, let's see what it does. I'm getting about the same distance even with this heavy spinnerbait that I was with that stupid top water. Nice, I got mud all over my reel. Yuck. Alright, let's adjust this thing up, make it cast distance. A little bit better. Alright, I tell you what guys, I'm going to go ahead and turn this camera off, just preserve battery and not have to have so much edit time. If I pick anything up, we'll turn it back on and let you see some fish if I do. So, water's not too clear here, so I'm going to give this a try, a little square bill crankbait, kind of chartreuse and black, and see what happens with this. Don't know how it's going to do, because again, I don't know how deep the water is, so we may be dragging through weeds, we may be doing good. We'll see here in a little while. Well, crankbait was a no-go. I threw it 10, maybe 15 times, and it did this every time, so water ain't too deep. Let's try something else. Well, I'm back over here in this first spot that I had first started out at. Little lake is filling up real quick with people. About every 2 or 3 minutes somebody drives up and gets out and goes walking, so I wanted to move around and get a better spot, but there's so many people starting to show up and stuff like that that I think all I'm going to do is I'm going to toss about 10, maybe 15 times over here in this other spot with this. I'm running just a regular old rattle trap. I'm going to toss, like I said, 10, maybe 15 times, and don't pick nothing up. Then I'm going to pack shop, head to the house, go get me some late breakfast and change of clothes. I'm pretty much, boots are soaked just from standing on the edge of the bank and in the mud. But get a change of clothes and maybe we'll do that walk around at the house of my 27 Roadster that I got, that I'm building for myself. I don't know, that'll probably end up for today's video. So let me get back at it, and if I catch anything, I'll pull up video and let y'all check it out, and we'll go from there. Alright, so we're going to keep this part of the video nice, short, and sweet. What we have here is a 100% hand-built frame for my personal build for my 1927 Ford Roadster. Let's see here. It started off life as 2 sticks of 2x8 rectangular tubing. It's all been pinched to match the contour of the body. right about here, right about where that's at, right about there, I think is where it starts. The actual square tubing, the 2x6, or rectangular tubing 2x6, has been split and cut down to be 2x3. So basically it's 2x6 there. And if I can get here where you can see it right there, it's 2x3. Same thing in the rear, right behind the tires, it does the same thing. It's split and drops down to where it's 2x3 across here. That's fuel tank. Just basically a spun aluminum fuel tank, 10 gallons, sits down underneath behind the back of the body, accesses through the trunk floor. Rear end is a Ford Explorer 8.8 out of about a 2000 maybe Ford Explorer. Parallel leaves. If you rear suspension, if you notice that the rear end is above the frame, this is one of the things I do. This is probably the third, fourth, yeah, probably about the fourth build I've done that we've run the suspension like this. It's got a small little C-notch right there to allow for it to, you know, have plenty of clearance on bumps and stuff like that. But anyways, this allows me to get stuff down low and make them look sleek. Motor is a high horse 327 out of like I'm not real sure, but it's out of a Corvette. It's got lots of pretties and beauty stuff added to it. Pretty much a stock motor. A couple of little, you know, internally it's pretty much stock. It's got a couple of little speed performance add-ons here and there. Turbo 350 transmission, low car shifter. Brakes are underneath, brake master cylinder and stuff's all underneath the floor. All chrome reproduction front suspension. When I say reproduction, I mean it's out of it's a reproduction of what would have been underneath like a 1932 Ford. Tube axle. It's not an I-beam like an original, it's a tube. Got disc brakes in the front, disc brakes in the rear, radiator. Don't know what else to say about it other than pretty much every piece of metal here is 100% hand fabricated in-house for this car. Now, if you look at it from up here, you can see how in this area here and this area here, it's all pinched in. The frame is all contoured. It's contoured to fit this body. So basically you've got the frame right at the edge of the body, which makes the car look taller, makes the car look lower, makes it look taller, makes all that kind of stuff work. So this is my 1927 Ford Roadster body. It's fiberglass reproduction, comes from a company called Speedway Motors. I like it. I can't say much, you know, goods or bads about the quality of the body. I bought the cheapest one they had, so that means I had to glass in all the floor and etc. But here's the trunk floor. This bar in here, don't worry about what it is. It's just in there taking up space for right now. It's a place to put something. Trunk floor is all glassed in. Back end, taillight holes. Got it all torn apart and up on the sawhorses because I'm working on getting it sanded so I can get it in primer and in paint. I'm not going to show you the inside of the body right this minute because it's got life preservers and all kinds of stuff in it. It's just, again, a place to put something. We go around to the front of the car, or front of the body. Let me see if I can move this extension cord. There we go. So, yeah, that's pretty much the extent of it. Like I said, I'm not going to take up a whole lot of time with this video other than just, with this part of the video, other than just talking about what this is and letting you see it. Another look at this. We've got a grill shell for it. We're running a 1932 grill shell. That would be it, hanging on the wall right there. The shell itself is actually steel, the insert stainless. I'm going to end this here, flip the view around on the camera and talk a few more minutes, do my outro for this video, and we're done for the day. Alright, so here we go. Take number 2 on the outro. Yeah, I got tongue-tied, kind of bleep 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 it up, and pretty bad. So, like I said, take number 2. Alright, so just a recap on the video. We went to Converse North Park, did a little bit of fishing over there, had a couple of decent bites, but no fish pulled out and put up on the bank. So, you know, not a great day of fishing, but Like I said earlier, a day of fishing is better than a day of work. And then we did a little walk around here in the shop at home, showing you my 27 Ford Roadster project that I got going on. Man, the project's been real slow. It's been stalled quite a bit. You know, life changes on the whim of a dime, takes different directions. Things come up and I just haven't really worked on it. Things come up, fishing, having fun, being lazy, working all day long at the shop, working on other people's cars. Don't want to come home and do it in the afternoon on my own stuff or in the evenings. But I'm hoping that this YouTube channel will light a fire under my ass and get me to do some more stuff here and try to get this thing done. Like I said, body's been up on these sawhorses for 6 months easily, working on getting things sanded, work real hard on it 1, 2, 3 days, and then stall out for a month or so and work on it a little bit more and then stall out for another couple of months. And so anyways, I'm trying to get a fire that under my ass with these videos. You know, videos will get better as things progress. Gonna get the body shot and primer here in the next couple of days, maybe a week, and put it back on the chassis and start wiring, start plumbing, start doing all kinds of things like that. We get the car up, running, and ready, man. Hopefully by then I'll have excuse me, there's one of those beps again. Hopefully by then we'll have a GoPro, man. We'll be able to have some hot rod videos of riding around, doing some craziness, some burnouts, some donuts, just stuff like that. So yeah, I'm gonna end it on that note. Thanks for watching the video. Please subscribe to the channel, like, comment, all that kind of good stuff. You guys that are professional fishermen, you know, go ahead and leave some comments, man. If you didn't think I was doing something right or whatever, man, leave a comment. I'm open for criticism. You YouTuber guys that follow along, if you think there's something I can do to make my videos better, hell, man, comment. Like I said, I'm open for criticism. Anyways, that's pretty much it. Thanks for watching.